Well, Congress Vice President Rahul Gandhi was here in Mumbai today and to interact with party workers, but his visit is creating a buzz for all the wrong reasons. During Rahul's visit, a key airport road, that's the Western Express Highway to the city, was shut down at peak traffic hours in the morning, which affected many Mumbaikars. Commuters had their worst nightmares in store when traffic on the Worli-Sea Link was stopped for some time. Cops told NDTV that the traffic was stopped only for about 5 to 8 minutes as per the standard operating procedures for security VVIPs who need to be taken on the faster route. But Rahul's visit during peak hours worsened traffic on the already packed roads. Well, joining us is one particularly angry young man, Suhail Seth, who was in Mumbai this morning, now back in Delhi. And we also have the co-founder of HamaraCongress.com, Sanjay Jha. Suhail, first to you. People in Mumbai always believe that those in Delhi can't really hear their voice, especially regarding traffic jams when every morning thousands of people are stuck. And now you have Rahul Gandhi's convoy creating further mess. Please elaborate as to what really happened this morning so that finally the voice of Mumbai can really be heard in Delhi.
Look, I think what really happened was as follows. Rahul Gandhi believes, ill-advised perhaps, that, when he comes, there has to be a big song and dance. People in the Congress are more eager to please. They're more loyal to the king than the king himself to the crown. And this is exactly what happened. You cannot stop traffic at peak hours. I mean, why on earth couldn't Rahul Gandhi come an hour earlier, an hour later? Why do you have to land in a city? And what is so goddamn special about his security that is not so special about Obama, who parks himself for 5 days from September 22 every year for the UN General Assembly in Manhattan? So here's what I suggest. People like Rahul Gandhi, and not only Rahul Gandhi, every chief minister, every district collector, if he's powerful enough, would like this done. Traffic is even stopped for Advani. So it's, to be fair, it is not Rahul Gandhi. It is symptomatic of this entire VIP culture. Why do we have this? And why can't VIPs be more sensitive to the travails of the common man? So it's,
and this comes shortly after... Yeah, this comes shortly after what happened in the Supreme Court just a few days ago, when the Supreme Court actually observed and frowned at India's excessive VIP security culture, even asking why should cars with red lights get precedence over others. Sanjay, respond to what Suhail is saying, because he has a valid point. Mumbaikars, as you would know, struggle in the morning, they get angry, upset, and then you have Rahul Gandhi coming bang in the middle of morning peak hours. He could have come last night, he could have come this morning, he could have taken a helicopter. Why come at 9 in the morning and, disrupt the entire city this way?
Tejas, you and I live in our wonderful city of Mumbai that we both love, I think. And we do recognize that for us, traffic congestion and our infrastructure is a perennial problem that we need to overcome. So Suhail may be a fleeting visitor, but we live with this terrible nightmare day in and day out. So I think that's a reality that we can't ignore. Now, as far as Rahul Gandhi is concerned, I think he is not who decides what is the kind of security protocol or what are the various other kind of disciplines that need to be followed whenever a leader who is under SPG protection travels from one city to another. If you ask Rahul Gandhi personally, I mean, he will tell you that he will be extremely concerned and upset about the fact that every time he travels, it does lead to all kinds of inconveniences for people, whether in Mumbai or any other part of the world. I mean, just to answer the point, since Suhail mentioned that, and I don't want to make this into a some kind of an irrational defense, because it is true that VIP movement does cause inconvenience. But Barack Obama also, when he travels to different parts of the world, there are huge jumbo jets that carry not just his security apparatus, but they also carry his cars, which are bulletproof and have whatever special arrangements. So all over the world, leaders have certain standards for protection. We have our own. Maybe we need to look into it. But the fact remains that I don't think I can recommend to Rahul to check Israel as to what time he should travel.
It's stupid logic for Sanjay Jha, in his extreme loyalty towards Rahul Gandhi, to now compare Rahul Gandhi to a head of state. Rahul Gandhi is not a head of state.
Yes, I think it's a ridiculous understanding of what I said.
So please don't compare apples with really fine
Suhail,
oranges.
for God's sake, if that is how you understand what I said, I think that reveals a little degree of intellectual
that is also a point, Tejas, which you have not mentioned. We have to have a certain protocol for heads of state who are guaranteed a certain level of protection. If this is the nonsense that SPGA protectees inflict on the common man, then the Supreme Court is very wise and right in suggesting that all SPG protectee norms be re-examined and revisited. That is exactly what Harish Salve has gone to the Supreme Court on. Having said that, forget what the rules are, forget the protocol for a minute. The people in power, whether they are in the goddamn Congress or the goddamn BJP or wherever the hell they are, must realize that today people are revolting and it is repulsive. It is causing derision amongst the common man to see such flagrant violation of common behavior. So forget protocol, codes of conduct. And I mentioned in my opening remarks, it may not have been Rahul Gandhi. It may have been some other guy attempting to please. And it's, again, as I said in my opening remarks, it's not about Rahul Gandhi. It's about VIPism in India, which must gently exit. Because people are revolting. People find this repulsive. There's a certain revulsion that has gripped us. And, you know, no popular leader would want that.
I would just like to respond. Tejas, I would just like to respond to Sahel rather quickly here. That, listen, I'm not here to, exaggerate or indulge in hyperbole. I mean, that is his forte, not mine. All I would like to say is that it is a genuine concern. And, we live in Mumbai. Every time there's a foreign head of state,
right? But exactly the reason why Rahul Gandhi's entourage
this does
not really happen.
But why are you targeting Rahul Gandhi for heaven's sake?
No, it's not Rahul Gandhi. Today is the occasion Rahul Gandhi came to Mumbai.
I don't think he had any intention to disrupt the traffic.
Sure, but it is entourage, security concerns that really be really careful about something like this. It's not too much a demand for Rahul Gandhi's office to really take care of his timings when he comes to Mumbai, especially when you know that this city is completely jam-packed, has only a few arterial roads. Let me go to Miloni Bhatt, who was down on the ground, who is down on the ground there, where this meeting is taking place between Rahul Gandhi and, of course, fellow Congress workers. Miloni, where you are currently, I believe the roads were jam-packed there also and blocked and blocked for any traffic, traffic movement until, of course, we went about reporting what was really happening. Miloni?
Well, yes, Tejas, that is right. Right behind me is Tilak Bhavan. This is where Rahul Gandhi was holding meetings since 9:45 this morning with all levels of Congress workers. And this particular road was shut to any kind of vehicular traffic. I'd come in at 8 in the morning. And from 8 o'clock, I know that there was a barricade on both sides of the road. And this road was closed to traffic. Where I am. Later on at about 2 o'clock, suddenly they opened up the barricades and they said that there could be traffic. You can now see there's free movement of traffic. This has begun since 2 o'clock. These roads were blocked, so a lot of people who come to buy things, some of the shops here were closed. We tried to speak with these people and ask them if they were inconvenienced, but a lot of them are afraid to speak out and they don't want to say anything. But a lot of these shops were closed and of course their business was affected. And the same has happened to a lot of other Mumbaikars who were inconvenienced in the morning when Rahul Gandhi's convoy, according to what our police sources tell us, took away 8 minutes and made people wait in the snarls, the traffic snarls. It's peak time between 8 o'clock and 10:30 in Mumbai, and any kind of a convoy movement, a VIP movement is bound to add up to the traffic woes of Mumbaikars who anyway spent a lot of time during peak hours stuck in bumper to bumper traffic. Tejas.
Right, absolutely. I mean, it's completely, I can understand how angry people can get, but I want to, Sohail, this is not just about abuse of power by, showing off, your security, paraphernalia around you. It's also you go around, and what's happening on the ground there. All these posters which are, plastered all over Mumbai, especially Dadar area where Rahul Gandhi is going to come, welcoming him. It's against the BMC laws itself of the city. Nobody is talking about that. Why should such posters be put up, especially when Rahul Gandhi is coming here?
No. One thing, to be fair, when Thackeray when he passed away, Bal Thackeray passed away, there were hoardings. Absolutely. There was a samadhi in the middle of Shivaji Park. So there is a certain cultural degradation that has gripped the polity or the ruling classes of our country. B. I want to ask you a very important question. When 3 years ago the Prime Minister's cavalcade was driving down Chandigarh, a little boy lost his life because the ambulance was stopped. And after that, I remember Mrs. Gandhi saying that this should never happen because the Prime Minister rarely speaks. So they kind of amended the rules. I'm asking you one simple question. What if today, and there must have been emergencies that you and I don't know of. So here's what I'm saying. Forget the blaming these guys, because these guys will not change unless there are court orders. I'm only making one request through NDTV. Forget the normal man, because the normal man is stymied in this country. Can we create a protocol for ambulance and fire tenders to move despite security protocols in place for VIPs? Let me tell you, if you don't build those exigencies and you don't build in that infrastructural support that emergency services in this country need, you can kiss everyone goodbye. Now let me give you an example, and it's not comparing apples with apples, but in the United Kingdom, the Prime Minister moves with one car ahead of him. Now you might say, oh, the security threat to Indian leaders is higher, which may be true. The point I'm making is, it is not what is seen, because what is seen causes derision. So forget us, forget NDTV. For their own sake, for their own perceptual management, for their own image management, every politician, and it's not about the Congress or the BJP, every politician would be well advised that the days of behaving like the British Raj are over. The common man sees this as an affront. It is no longer respected and it is no longer accepted with a pinch of salt. That salt bag has vanished.
Well, last word to you, Sanjay Jha. Sanjay Jha, last word to you.
Okay, Tejas, all I would like to add is that I don't think there is any, disagreement amongst anybody in India that every time there is vehicular movement which has VIPs in it, it does cause disruption. I know Delhi has bigger roads, but even there people complain. So I'm just going to say that yes, absolutely, as long as there is some kind of a protocol and standard, I think nobody is going to protest against it. We also as citizens need to somewhere understand, we also need to tell ourselves that whenever VIPs travel who have a certain security threat from various dangerous forces, we need to also respect that at that point there has to be some kind of a preferential access given to their movement. Now it's a question of how tolerant a society is. I feel like, for example, in Bombay, the angst and anger is huge because on a day-to-day basis, I think people go through a very living nightmare because of the miserable conditions that we operate in. That's why I started by telling Tejas that on a day-to-day basis, we all live a highly stressful life. So it becomes accentuated whenever anybody comes. It's not about Rahul Gandhi. It's about anybody who comes to the city. So I would just like to believe that it's a function of not just protocol of movement of VIPs. It's also about how our infrastructure, and a good suggestion made by Suhail, I quite agree with that emergency issues should never be curtailed. They should always be given access no matter who is traveling. So it's about a meaningful solution, and I'm sure if we work on it collectively, we'll find one.
Well, I just differ with you on one point, that I don't think a preference should be shown in this particular case, given the fact that Rahul Gandhi could have come last night or in the morning when traffic in the city is thin, or if he had to come this morning, he could have also taken a helicopter. It didn't have to really travel through the chaotic situation which we see every morning here in Mumbai itself. But I'll have to, I'm sorry, I'll have to.
In our city, the traffic never thins, I'm telling you that. Mumbai is so
gentlemen, I'll have to end it at that, but we'll hope to see if our politicians take a leaf out from what Suhail was talking about, the experience in the United Kingdom and abroad, and they learn from really what's happening there. We'll take a short break and come back with more.